Tristan. Maybe because we archive them, so they're available to the public after they air.
Even this stuff?
Yeah. Well, whatever. When Jason hits go, and it's going.
Well,
Go time.
well, there we go.
Whatever they get, dude. You know, you subscribe. This is what you get, baby. You get the good stuff, dude.
The stuff that we probably shouldn't be saying.
No, this is the real deal.
No one says anything offensive, really.
No.
Except Tristan.
No,
but,
just Tristan.
But we mute him 85%
Yeah,
of the time.
fucking Tristan. Who cares, right?
He's allowed to. He's our token.
Thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah, where's
right
that going?
there.
Where's that
He's our token.
Oh,
I'm not going to
token
add
what?
anything to it. You guys can make your own decision on what he's our token of. But he's just our token guy.
Uh-huh.
He's the guy. He's the man's man, dude, you know? No,
I'm
that's
just an average guy.
Sweener's the man's man.
going? Wait, why is Sweeter's the man's man?
Yeah,
When
dude.
did that
You ever hear
happen?
that guy talk? He has fake air guns he shoots off every episode. But you talking comes in with 2 9mm, bam, 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 bam. That's like every time we talk about Gotham, dude.
Yeah, that is true.
He comes in firing.
Yeah, he does.
Blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Let's just make sound effects for an hour. You guys in?
One at a time, though, so it doesn't turn into one giant sound effect. Dude, this cat is gonna get locked in something.
Look all the pennies.
Yeah.
Pet his butt.
Put him in your lap.
He likes the butt pets.
Everybody likes butt pets.
Butt pets, butt pets. It's actually their back, not their butt. Their butt's.
Dude. We gotta figure something out.
For what, me?
No, for this cat, dude. He can't be meowing while we're live.
He's cute. Everybody loves kitties.
I don't.
Oh man, dude. I was
I love-
trying to get some cords out of the closet and I scared Emo. Like I hit something and he jumped at my leg and just like bit it. He just bit my leg.
Poor baby.
I don't know why that was his reaction, but that was what happened. I almost died. Alright, I'll be ready in like 1 second whenever you guys are ready.
You just give me the cue, man.
Let's do it.
That's just how I talk. This is how I talk. We're all good?
Yeah. We're as good as we're ever going to be, right?
Yep.
This is us at our peak.
And welcome everybody to Allerton.com for the block party. I'm joined by Tristan, Jason, and Amy this week. How you guys all doing?
Good.
Doing good. Doing good.
Awesome.
We're good.
Awesome
Oh.
to hear. You guys had a huge
Yeah.
adventure last week, this past weekend down at PAX South. First time you guys were ever there, and the second time that PAX South has actually ever been around. So kind of for the people that haven't been able to go to a PAX or not too sure what it is, obviously, we talked about it last week. It's not the big PAX, but it's just kind of their offshoot, the
It's
smaller.
not even the second biggest PAX.
No?
Nope.
What's the first biggest? PAX
PAX Prime.
Prime.
PAX
in
Prime,
Seattle.
that's what it is. And then I was thinking PAX East, and then we got PAX West, or PAX South, right?
Who's Paxton?
Penny Arcade
The
Expo.
Arcade Expo.
Yeah,
Expo starts
so how was the experience, guys?
It was pretty good, you know. It was okay. I mean, it was a really small show. It was, I think, more exciting for me than for Tristan because, you know, I kind of enjoy the small, the weird indie
Yeah,
games.
you knew all about a lot of those games too. You're like, oh, I just played this game like 5 months ago. And
Oh,
they're
dude,
still
I
showing
bet I
it.
was just gonna say that, dude. Jason's probably walking around. Yep, played it, beat it, beat it, beat it.
Yeah, it was like kind of weird, right? There were some cool things I hadn't seen before, but for the most part, it was like, all right, I've seen that. Yeah, I played that.
Yes.
This is an early access. A lot of early access games. A lot of smaller titles. There were no large scale titles there. Like Capcom was there. They had Street Fighter V, but I mean that comes out in a couple weeks, so who cares? Mega Man Legacy Collection I think was there.
Oh, weird.
And Resident Evil, the Resident Evil shooter Zero. Yeah.
Wait, the Umbrella Chronicles or
Yes,
the new shooter one?
Yeah.
Oh, did you play
Umbrella Corps. I didn't play it. I watched it for a long time. I didn't really need to get my hands on that thing. It didn't look that great.
Yeah, no, their latest trailer for it, or their show off gameplay, looked super janky, man.
Yeah, it looked a little rough. I felt like that's a game, if I'm gonna play it, I was just gonna come back and shit on it. So I just let other people play it and go. It was like, I don't know, it was like fast, it was a shooter, I don't know. It looked like a mod, like someone modded Resident Evil and turned it into a shooter.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was getting from.
And I was not feeling that game at all. So that was there. The big game was Dreadnought, the multiplayer space battle ship game. That was like the big game of PAX South. It looks alright. Like if you're into big space shooters, it's pretty cool. But
yeah, like,
for like,
is it with ships and stuff, or is it just?
Yeah, like Dreadnoughts, like giant warships and little. Every ship has its own little set of, I don't know, different things, right? There's like a little baby ship, there's a giant ship, there's the healer ships, there's the missile ships, and you're just all like battling to the death.
Do you have one ship, or is it kind of like EVE Online, or?
I think everybody has one. It felt like everybody has one ship.
So it sounds like EVE Online, kind of.
EVE Online, except if it was only battles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it stripped away all the crazy, kind of neat micromanagement stuff and just made it like.
Don't know. I mean, I don't know. I was just watching the video, right? Like I don't any of the details, and I didn't look into that game. It didn't appeal to me on any level.
Gotcha.
I like Wing Commander, right? I like my spaceship games to have like a little bit of a story to kind of do this, and this is just. Fuck, dude! I swear I walked past this booth like 1,000 times, and I watched these people playing it every single time, and it felt like the same match playing out every single time I watched it. Maybe that wasn't what was happening, but I don't know. It always felt. I thought a video was playing on loop for a while until I stopped and sat down and watched.
Have like one preset match that people could play.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was probably like one thing you can play this one thing, and that was pretty much it. So, I don't know. That game was okay. Tiny Build had a huge presence there.
A decent booth with all their games, even though the boxing one, they had the whole
Punch Club
punching bag set up, and then the game was only set up on little tablets, which is weird.
Oh gosh, well yeah, I guess it makes sense. It was probably easier to get a bunch of tablets to hook up to the game than a bunch of rigs, dude.
I think that most people were Party Hard,
which was weird.
Yeah, I bet. And you guys said the setup for that was pretty rad too.
Yeah, the setup was pretty cool for that.
Yeah. Party raging on.
I mean,
Did you guys get a chance to check out any panels?
Let's talk about some of my favorite games here first, because there was other stuff there that I actually liked that was a little bit weird. There's this one game called what the hell was it called? Ultimate Chicken Horse, and it's this weird 4-player game where you're trying to get from point A to point B, on a side-scrolling level, and you kind of build the levels prior to the match starting. So everybody gets a tool, like you can get a box or you get a fire hydrant that shoots water up on it. And everybody places their stuff before the match, right? So the ultimate goal is as a team to work your way to the flag. But you also want to set it up in a way that no one can win, right? But you can win. So it's this weird competitive nature of trying to build a level that works with a level that kills everybody but you. It was really fun to watch people like some people that try to put spinning saws above. Someone put a spring down and then someone put a saw up here. But you'd have to do it in a way that you could figure out to get across while the other person dies. It was pretty interesting in a weird competitive way. It was different than anything I've ever seen. It was almost like a Little Big Planet Super Mario Maker mixed with a racing game, like a point A to point B racing game, which is kind of cool.
It seemed like it would be a fun party game.
Yeah.
You have 4 people hanging out, good party up game. Kind of.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I also saw there is this. I think it's on early access right now. It's called Alice in Tokyo Wonderland, which is like Alice in Wonderland themed game with samurais, and I don't know, it kind of plays like Devil May Cry a little bit. It was kind of still early, but the graphic style was really neat, and the action looked like really fast, and it was like Alice in Wonderland themed, which was kind of cool. So just take Alice in Wonderland, put her in Tokyo, give her a samurai sword, and have her do all these crazy battles, and that was the gist of that game, which I hadn't seen before, which was really cool.
Was it more of a side scroller or like a 3D?
No, 3D, 100% like Devil May Cry, like just straight up Devil May Cry, crazy, kill a bunch of dude shit.
Fucking Mad Hatter tearing stuff up, man.
Yeah, no shit. And then...
Sorry.
Oh, what?
Oh, I was just saying sit down for tea in my weird British voice, but...
There was another...
Doesn't get much airtime, but try to give it some.
There was another cool game called
Tornado.
Jack. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It was a weird puzzle game. It's a competitive puzzle game with... It's split down the middle, you know, like the old Tetris Attack kind of game. And each side gets like a driller. And you're drilling down through these different, I don't know, colored blocks. Like, so if you drill down blue blocks, it piles them up on the other guys a certain way. If you hit the yellow ones, it goes on there. And then there's like all sorts of crazy fruit. And the whole point is to like build up combos by drilling on your side to fuck your opponent over. But it's just pure madness. And it has like cool, like, I don't know, like retro like graphics mixed with like pixel art. I don't know. It's just this weird. It reminded me of like Yoshi's Cookie, but like on crack, without having to spin shit. It was really weird.
Dude, I was just gonna say it sounds like one of those battle match-em game, like Tetris games. Like,
Yeah.
You just like clear out a line and then you just fucking rains down and your opponent's like, dude, what the hell did you just?
Yeah.
do
What
here?
the fuck just happened? All right, and then my favorite game of the show, hands down, was this weird fucking game called Den Vonstra Haddenstig or something like that, right? And it's this
German.
Yeah, it's something like German folktales or something. I don't know. It's this side-scrolling game with this pixel art from like, I don't know, like a mix of like Atari and early Sega, and it stars this pink dude who's walking through this side-scrolling level with like a purple mountain in the background and like these, I don't know, like shitty pixel trees, right? This guy's moving from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. But the weird hook in this game was you don't do anything. You don't control this game at all, right? It's just this guy walking from one side of the screen to the other with this AI that teaches him. He learns as he plays. Like, if he misses a jump, he'll learn that he missed that jump, and he'll get closer to, he'll jump earlier the next time or later the next time to make a jump. And he's basically just traversing this terrain, like climbing up hills, jumping over jumps, like, I don't know, like maybe fighting enemies. I didn't see any of that. But he just kind of keeps going, right? It's just like, how long can you watch this weird creature try to like go across this thing? And the developer kind of told the tale was that the story kind of plays out as you watch this guy struggle. You're watching him struggle to get from one side to the other and go through these different things. But you can end the story at any time by pressing one button. They had it rigged up. It was like this big button on the thing, and it had like all these weird symbols around it, and they called it like the blood sacrifice. So when you hit that button, the game ends, and wherever you are, the character dies, and the story ends there. And all the AI that he learned up to that point is like erased. And if you ever play it again, you have to start over from scratch and let that guy learn it again. So it's really weird. And I don't know much about it. It was like in this early prototype stage. It was so weird that I was like, I think this is my favorite game of the show. Tristan was like, I would never play that.
Tristan's like, I hit the button in 2 seconds.
Tristan's like, start button. But it was so weird. It was just this weird game. I don't know. Like in a show where like 95% of the games were like these 16-bit pixel graphics, side-scrolling, like Super Smash Brothers. Everything was either like a Super Smash Brothers clone, a Hearthstone clone, a MOBA. Like, this game stood out like a sore thumb because it was just like trying so hard to be something different. And the guy was like, whatever, dude, this is my game. I don't know if it's good or not. I think he's like, it's a cool concept.
It's a neat concept. It obviously doesn't warrant much like attention of yours. Like, I'd put it on a second screen and I'd be just working on something, just watching this guy fail, and like, it's almost like trying to watch someone do a speed run, it seems. And, like,
Dude, I was watching this game, right, and I'm like, oh my god, this is what you like people do when they're watching Twitch, right? Except they're not getting anything from that experience, except I'm getting something from this experience because I'm like watching this character grow in front of me instead of watching some random kid on the other side like just like playing Call of Duty. Like I'm watching this guy grow up. He's like learning how to do things.
That's actually like capitalizing on a really interesting idea then, putting it that way, like with the whole Twitch phenomenon, and I can't watch people play games for the life of me. It irritates the shit out of me. But for people that are into that, you're right. Like that's something cool because there's like some story eventually developing. Apparently, as this guy was saying, and that's such a clever idea. Actually,
I don't know. I just invented that right now. I don't know if that's what he was going for, but I hope he was. I really do.
Maybe if he listens to it, he'll change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
It's Den Vonstra Hannenstig. I don't know. I'm probably butchering the shit out of that.
3 times fast.
It's just email that bad boy out.
It sounds like a German thing.
Yeah. So we're showing video on the Block Party now. So like when you're like watching if you're missing this on the podcast, go to the YouTube channel and watch it because as we're talking about it, the video will come up with that, so you'll be able to see what it looks like here on allertonav.com.
Dude,
so those are my favorite things, and they also had like a Screen Sheet there. That's a game that's been on Steam forever, but I'd never seen 4 people playing it at once, and that's pretty cool to watch some people play that. So
nice. Dude.
That was the games of PAX.
What was your favorite game?
I don't know. I don't think I had a favorite.
Tristan was not as excited.
The one Jason just mentioned with where it's like GoldenEye, but you watch other people's screen. I thought that was pretty interesting. I've never seen it before. Yeah. Everything, like Jason mentioned, everything did look exactly the same. It was all pixel graphics, looked like Smash Brothers, kind of all the same.
It sucks because it feels like that the indie guys are like, shit, man, we need to make some money. What do we make? And as independent companies are making like really cool, awesome things, there are a shit ton that are just trying to make a quick dollar or something like and kind of jump on a concept.
Yeah, I was really annoyed. Like I was walking, and this guy's like, "Hey, you want to check out this game?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And I started playing it, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is Hearthstone!" Like Tristan had never played Hearthstone, I don't think, and I played this game right, and he was looking at it, and then Hearthstone was playing on the screen, and I was like, "Hey, Tristan, that's Hearthstone." And he was like, "Yeah, it looks like this game you just played." Like everything about it, like the cards, the way the board was laid out, the way you attack. It was like, get the fuck out of here! Like don't make games. Like don't make games like that. I hate you for that.
You're trying to trick people to get their money. That's just annoying.
There was like nothing different. I picked it up and I was like, oh, I know exactly how to play this. It's better when Blizzard does it. You know, like I don't want to play your shitty knockoff. So it was like someone making a knockoff of Super Mario Brothers and pretending it was awesome. So it was just like, get the fuck out of here. You should be embarrassed.
Yeah, dude, don't go peddling that shit around here, dude. Who do you think we are, dude? You're at an indie show, man. We know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
So it seems a little underwhelming then?
Yeah, to put it mildly.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was wishing that just not even like a major developer was there, just like someone slightly less than major, because everyone there was just totally independent. Just something that I might flock to, but there really wasn't that much there for me personally.
Gotcha.
Or what was there you'd already seen and played?
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, it's interesting. It's cool that you guys had a chance to go and like check it out. And
It was a
kind of
learning experience.
It was fun. Like I'll go back. Like if it's in my city, like I'll go back because there's like a lot of cool people there. And there was like I got like 5 or 6 good new indie games out of it that I hadn't heard of before. So that's exciting for me.
The entire Block Party family to a new game that I think everyone's going to be interested in watch come out. So
I can't remember the name of the game, but there was this booth where this Russian kid was introducing the game, and it was like on a Russian airship, and I can't remember the name, but he'd have like the same spiel every time, and he talked in a Russian accent. He probably was Russian, but I had heard his spiel to the people before us, and then we came and he said the exact same thing, and like, welcome to the whatever ship. And the ship looked pretty cool. I kind of like that game. I would probably play it.
Did you sit in a ship while you played it? Or no?
No.
Oh. I thought maybe they like
It
welcome
wasn't
you
that
to work.
impressive of a booth.
It was a weird game, to put it mildly.
Tristan likes the weird stuff.
I don't know. I don't know.
So, Amy, what'd you have going on this week, man? Jason and Tristan down in PAX South, and you were up here tearing up Terra.
Yeah, I was playing Terra Online, and then I beat Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, dude, in like a weekend, right?
Yeah, that's pretty short.
So you just kept playing through all the chapters?
Yeah. I ordered it from GameStop. It arrived, just destroyed. The blue case was just shredded, and I was like...
Oh, dude, it looked like it went under a tire.
Looks like a car ran it over. Thankfully, the disc still worked, so I was kind of impressed by that. But I was like, never again, GameStop. Never again. But yeah, like, it was kind of fun. I liked it overall. The concept of the story was good, in my opinion. I could not stand their idle banter. It drove me insane. Like, hella and cool and like, ooh, selfies. I mean, just that just drove me nuts.
I've been saying hella all weekend because
Like,
of
they
this.
Oh,
were
so it
trying
worked.
so hard to be relevant or young or hip or whatever. I don't...
I love
I mean, they
punk
were
music.
teenagers.
It's hella cool.
I'm such a punk rocker. Nobody like that is punk is even like that. They don't like say I'm a punk rocker. Like,
I don't know, don't they?
mm,
No.
No. Only if you're trying to fit the stereotype really hard.
exactly. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. The ending was good.
Did the twist throw you off? Like, did they? Because I didn't see the twist coming, but I was only half paying attention while I was working on stuff.
I kind of suspected. I was like, this is too convenient. It's not going to be who I think it is. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. It was kind of cool. He was really messed up, so that was kind of sweet.
And the music did it live up to
I didn't-
Tristan's favorite theme song to the
Yeah.
year, dude?
The music was pretty good.
Or soundtrack to the year, I should say.
I liked it. The Waterfalls song made me feel like super nostalgic and sad. Like how they're talking about when we were young, we chased waterfalls or whatever. I was like, oh, I don't know. It just was sad, but it was good.
Should everybody go out and play it? Did we give this game any awards last year?
I don't think it deserves any awards.
Oh, yikes. All right.
No, I don't think we gave it any
No,
awards.
I mean it was like
It came close on music, I think.
I think the best thing about the game, hands down, is for like collections and stuff. I was able to get platinum on it like super easy because after you beat the game, you could go in to the episode, and then in the episode, it let you select each chapter, and in the chapter select section, it showed you like how many photos you had and how many photos like you needed to take in each section, which was so nice because you could skip huge chunks of the story. Unlike Until Dawn, when I went back to try to get more of those trophies, you had to replay the entire section, and you couldn't skip anything.
Yeah.
Like, that just drove me nuts. So this actually was super cool. Like, and I give it like mad props for anybody who wanted to do like a
Hella
completion.
props.
Hella props. Like, for anyone who wanted to do like completionist and get like a platinum in it, it was so easy to do. Like, they just let you like flip through real fast. You could like enter it. The opening you had to sit through, and then you could just fast forward through all the conversation. It was really cool. And go wander and take your photos, and you're done. Then exit out and go to the next one.
Yeah, I got to sit back and watch it, so I was. I think it's a good. I think you were referenced like Sony and Telltale, like kind of trying dipping their feet in there.
It definitely felt like Square Enix was like
Square. Yeah, sorry.
I feel like when I was playing it, it came to mind like, oh crap, Telltale Games has these crazy big licenses like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and Borderlands. Crap, what can we do to get our feet wet in that department? And I think this kind of seemed like it was maybe like a springboard for their future plans to hopefully, kind of like what Disney does, taking over everything. I feel like Square Enix kind of was like, hey, maybe we should try to take over this because it's like this next up and coming big thing and they're getting all these like important licenses, so let's try to do that too, is kind of what it felt like to me. And now with this under their belt, they'll be able to, hey, see, look, we can do this too. Like,
let's do Kingdom Hearts,
or,
Telltale Adventure.
Yeah, you know, like, sort of, because at first I was like, why does Square Enix do this? Like, why is Square Enix involved?
It is an interesting like thing that they jumped on, known for like what they're known for.
Yeah, like RPGs and JRPGs and strategy and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, you're doing like a story-based choose-your-own-adventure game? Okay, whatever. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I would say, like, maybe play it if you like those types of games, I guess, but I wouldn't, like, go recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
you have to definitely be into those types of games and
Which
know
I am.
that it's, like, a lot of story stuff, because I personally wouldn't play it. I wouldn't even... But, and I did like Tales from the Borderlands, but that's like just because it's something I actually enjoy. This is more story stuff, but it was kind of neat. I didn't mind checking it out. I like the rewind feature. I think that I like the most. We also played me and Amy together. We picked up The Witness after Jason talked about it a little bit.
Wait, you guys don't like that game? Oh my
Well,
god.
at first it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. It started off really neat, like you said. Like you're just in this tunnel, and you're like, okay, what the heck? And then you start going through and doing the puzzles.
And we like eventually figured out the puzzles like with the white and black dots. And
Yeah.
we eventually figured out how you had to collect all the little octagons and then cut off the white and black dots still, and it slowly like grew. And then we did the apple orchard puzzle.
Well, let's not give too much away.
We're not gonna give answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did the apple orchard.
Yeah, we did the apple orchard puzzle, and then
We got to the boat,
yeah,
and then that was where it was just like,
and like it was boring and slow, and there was like nothing, and like I don't know.
It's a Puzzle Man's game for sure. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's
solved them pretty quick.
600 puzzles in this thing, right? Like, if you don't like puzzle games, like I said last week, if you don't like puzzle games, you're not going to like this game.
I do like puzzle games. I just
Different variety, not like, and it is variety.
Yeah,
but
because
it's like-
every puzzle, like, section of puzzles either builds on or adds from previous sections of puzzles or
Yeah.
things you've done before. So the variety is definitely there.
But I think visual variety is where I was gonna go with it. Like, it just, you just put your mouse down and then you just drag the thing through the map in a direction that they want you to drag it through. And I think that's where I was just like, eh.
What do you mean? Like the puzzle?
Yeah, like you're just drawing lines through all the stuff. And
Yeah.
like, I knew that was what it was going into it, but I thought it was gonna take like more. I don't know. It just didn't hit me, dude. It didn't strike me. And the boat riding thing that Amy got on, she was riding a boat and she was like moving around to like different area and did it one time and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so slow. Like we got on the boat and then we got off and I think that's where I was already weaning off of the game. And then sitting in the boat, like taking the like 20-minute ride to like the next little area, I was just like, and you had no way to get off, no way to stop it, and just like you're stuck. And I was just like, I'm already weaning. Let's not. I don't think we really got stuck on a puzzle. We just kind of just slowly lost interest.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I saw that you picked it up. I was like, ew, that's good.
we played it for like an hour or something, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I mean, we gave it a fair go. It wasn't just like I don't know.
I think it's like a 20-hour game.
And we had fun solving the puzzles, and it was exciting to see Amy, like, when she figured out the tree puzzle, she was like, oh, this is why, and then watch, and then she did it, and I was like, how the heck did you come to that? And she's like, oh, this and this and this, and I was like,
See, that's my favorite part of it. Like, where the way you're like, you figure something out and you're like, oh shit, that's because I did this and now I have to do this and now I combine this. I just love how it continuously builds on things.
I think that was really cool, but to find the next area was just tedious, and I was like, I couldn't find the next area to go to, and I was like, well, because, you went to this one, but I haven't learned how to do that part yet, so I'll have to find the new area to learn how to figure out what to do. I'm like, next one, that's not training me to do this part that I found previously, so I have to wander around some more again and hope to find the one training one to let me go. And that kind of, I was like...
Did you guys try to play it like an all-in-one sitting? Like just one big, like, 4-hour block?
We only pounded an hour out, but the intention was just to check it out, so it wasn't like really to take it down, take it to task.
But I did like figuring out the trees, and I liked figuring out, like, it was fun, like, and I was like, ha, I got this, and you feel accomplished, but I wanted to find, like, the next area, and I couldn't figure out where my next area was to, like, train, it was, like, training things to then go do the puzzle, and there wasn't, I don't know, maybe I was just blind or something, but I couldn't find it, and then the boat ride just annoyed the hell out of me. So I was just like, all right,
maybe if we didn't hop on the boat,
yeah, I don't know.
It would have been a poor choice.
I don't know. I think it's just like you just have to like either be into like it's just like this super slow game, and you have to know that it's gonna be super slow and just take a long time to like. You're just gonna have to soak a lot of shit in and just take a lot of shit to get anything out of it. Yeah. And maybe that's I don't know if I'll ever finish it, right? Like how I consume games.
Everyone knows you already, so.
Yeah, so it's like I play for like a half hour and I just love it, and then I like go away, come back, play a half hour more, come back. Like that's how I'm consuming it. So.
We went over the 30-minute threshold.
Maybe if I had to I don't want to sit for like 2 hours to play that game. I just don't feel like that's the kind of way I want to play that game. But I love every second I'm playing it. It just feels smart. I feel dumb and then I feel smart, and I like that. It's like a cool thing in life.
No, it's a really, really clever,
It's
well
not bad.
thought out game.
I love the art style too. Like that art style is really cool to me. Like it's
No Man's
visually
Sky.
interesting.
Is what it reminded me of, like, because I hadn't seen The Witness until it literally came out. Like, I didn't really know anything, and then seeing it and playing it, I was like, whoa, this is like what I can expect when I get No Man's Sky. Like the procedurally, it felt like it was like that pixel.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Style. But yeah, so we dove into that, and then also, Tristan, I see on you might have dove into the Division beta. Did you, Jason? Did you guys play it while you were?
Yeah, Tristan played it a little more than I did, but he can probably talk to it a little bit more.
I played a little bit of it. I couldn't get into it that much.
Yeah, what did you just like start the regular world and then play it, or did you hop into the dark zone at
continued
all?
Jason's game, so yeah, I started at the base and then I went off wandering, finding different missions and finding the, what do they call it, like the holographic stuff that pops up, showing like what happened at that certain scene.
Basically, the
yeah,
tape
I can-
recorders from BioShock in visual form.
Yeah, where you like would see like the little area and you can investigate those things. So you did those. Did you do the mission at all at the Madison Square Garden?
No, I didn't do that. No.
Okay. Yeah, so I kind
I
of
surprised like Tristan. I felt like he was just running around doing like going in a circle. Like
I was just following the thing on my screen.
every
like,
time I looked at the
guided
screen,
me
it was the same
somewhere.
thing going on.
You gotta set your own waypoint, but I don't know if you.
Well,
I
there's
don't-
always, like,
Let's
goes
talk about
to-
the combat, right? Like I don't think that combat is engaging at all.
it's
No,
like,
dude,
there's a
there's
person, right?
yeah, there's a lot that I gotta get off my chest on that game, but
Get it
it's
off.
great.
You're
It's
watching
just,
on Twitch?
it's not an exciting game as I thought it was gonna be. The
That's how I
excitement comes from the Dark Zone, but it
Mhm.
feels like this game was created without a solo player in mind. It feels like it was really created for this like the guys were sitting there and like came up with this Dark Zone idea, and they're like, well, how are we going to engage a bunch of people as well to open it up? Well, let's have a single player mode. The single player is absolutely barren, and I know it's the beta, so this is like literally beta impressions, and it's not the full game, but they got 2 months before it comes out. If anything more happens in this first starter zone, I'd be very shocked. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone can safely feel like this is what you're going to get when you first start the game. Because it's like, I mean, still got to print the game, so it's like pretty much done. So you're going to get this. And it's like, it felt like the end, like the leftovers of a GTA where you're just running around like doing these little side things like that no one really wants to do. But this is like, that's your main game.
Ah, dude, the hustle, like running in that game. Holy shit! Like give a man a car or a horse or something.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So like you can fast travel to your main base or Madison Square Garden where there's a mission. So I'm assuming they'll add a bunch more missions that you might be able to fast travel to save yourself a little bit of time. But dude, that hustle is draining. Like when you just want to go from your base to the Dark Zone, you can't fast travel to the Dark Zone. You gotta walk. And like the visuals like aren't absolutely amazing, but the detail I think is really good.
Oh
And
yeah, like I felt like I was back in New York. Like it was very cool. Like the streets were really cool. The neighborhoods felt like the neighborhoods. They did a cool
bags
job
of
on that.
trash and bodies and
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that looked really like realistic. Like it was pretty beat down and worn out, and that was really cool.
like you're running past a gas station. There's like 8 cars piled up to try and get gas, like in a line. But you know, obviously shit hit the fan and like everyone's dead, so the cars are just left there. Like
Whoa, spoiler alert!
just like tons of really good details. But man, that like if you want to play solo, dude, that game is not for you. It will never be for you. The gunplay is like not even close to what Destiny has, because it's a safe comparison to Destiny, where it's like a solo and a PvP and you know gunplay. But dude, it's not even on par. Like it's like Gears of War, I feel like, is a good comparison, where it's over your shoulder and you hide behind shit like 90% of the time and you shoot over. Like it just doesn't feel solid, man. And you're fighting a bunch of enemies that just randomly run at you and like just like you just put them down. Like it's really weird, like what they went for. It's an RPG mix, and they're
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're going for with this game. Like I can't recommend it at all after the beta. Just watching and playing it for as much time as I did, like, oh, it just doesn't feel good. That's the thing. It just doesn't have this cool feel to it. It's not, the combat's not super snappy. The motion's not snappy. Getting from point A to B is not. There's like just like Destiny. I feel like as much as I don't get into Destiny, it just like it feels good whenever I play it. This I just felt like it was a chore. Like had to do it, and that was kind of depressing.
clunky, dude, is a good.
Clunky's a good word for that.
And then the Dark Zone again is its own different beast. Like, and the loot system, I know when this game launches, people are gonna bitch about like the loot because it's way off. So I experienced the glitch. I won't take too much time on this.
Yeah, tell me about this glitch.
I experienced the glitch randomly. So I was streaming.
Experience.
You guys caught me over the weekend. I was streaming as on Allerton.com. So anytime-
Little Brett Metal action.
Little Brett Metal. And I was streaming for a little while, and then I stopped streaming. I went back to the normal game, and I was doing just one normal mission before I left. And the stream got somehow from streaming and not streaming, it like messed up my connection to the internet, which I think lagged me down a little bit. So eventually, like, it messed up that connection to their servers, where I became invincible to normal enemies and invisible to other players in the world. So I think it had to do with my connection, where I was using a ton of bandwidth and then not, and it went back to the server because I was doing the mission in normal mode, and like I was reloading, but I was getting shot and I wasn't dying. So then I just stood there and I was like, "What the heck?" And I wasn't dying. So I was like, "Okay, well, this is crazy. I'm invincible. Well, let me go to the Dark Zone and see if I'm invincible to these guys." And just for the heck of it, and like, so I walked over to the Dark Zone, which took me 20 minutes, and then I got there, and I found somebody. I shot him in the back, just friendly hello. And he turned and started lighting me. Like, he turned, but he didn't start lighting me up. He didn't start shooting me. He just turned and was looking around. And then I just tapped him again. I didn't kill him. I tapped him again. And he's just, like, starts running. And, like, so I start chasing after him. I'm standing in front of people. And, like, no, like, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, no one can see me. I don't think. So then I killed him. Like, I killed somebody in the middle of, like, one of the extraction things. So everyone just starts running around. No one's shooting me. So I was like, holy shit. I'm invincible and invisible. Obviously this needs to get fixed. So I just started checking out some different things, like trying to like kill a bunch of enemies and see what kind of loot they drop and extract things, like not necessarily player killing, like unless someone was just being a dickhead to people, but really just like all about the experience in there and like what you can actually extract. Is it worth it? And it's not. There's nothing that makes someone want to extract items from the Dark Zone. Ooh. And that's their big hook. Not a single time did I find a person or like extract out of like 60 extractions anything higher than a blue, and purple and yellow is higher than the blue. So why? And you can buy those from their vendors. So I know I'm going on a huge rant here, but the thing is, like, if you can buy shit from the vendors that's better than extracting, why extract?
Yeah.
I can just go kill and get money and then just go buy the gear I want. And I did over 60 extractions, so this isn't like, you only saw a little bit. I was out there like playing for like a couple hours because I wanted to see where like what was worth it.
Yeah.
While I had the ability to kind of just mess around and tease it. So maybe that's something they're going to address further. But if you can't extract a purple or a yellow item, which are the highest tiers, there's no reason to extract anything. It's just going to turn into a shit fest.
Yeah.
And it did. Once people found out they could be invisible, and once people found out they can run out of bounds and not get killed, it was just a shit show out there, dude. It wasn't even fun.
I heard there was a lot of cheating going on in the beta.
Oh, yeah.
This guy!
I did it one time, and I didn't even do it to kill dudes. I'm like the Allerton Ave troll out here, man.
You kind of
Every
are.
time I touch, I somehow break, dude. But that was my Division experience. I will be getting it when it comes out, just because I do like that style. But just those are my complaints, and those are the issues I see, and hopefully things will get cleaned up a little bit by the time in 1 month's time, which I doubt.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, right?
It's just looking into the trees too, and like your skills. Like, it seems like there's a lot of cool things you can get, like turrets and like land like mines that like blow up when people, like remote mines and like proximity mines. Like, there's a ton of cool things. So I'm curious to see what that goes on. Yeah, that's what I played this week. So enough with that. Let's jump into the news here a little bit.
We played more games.
You did?
Well, first off, you cut us off at PAX. We didn't even get to talk about Friday the 13th. Then there's clearly more games that we played.
Didn't I?
Yeah. There's like a lot of stuff to talk about. We can go for a little longer, the show. We got time.
All right.
Denying the people, dude.
I didn't know the way Tristan was talking. It didn't sound like you guys played much more this weekend.
Dude, we have like 9 random 30s in the vlogs. You didn't talk about Tecmo Bowl. You didn't talk about Deadpool. Dude,
I was going to save Tecmo Bowl for later, but we can jump into that.
Talk about Tecmo Bowl.
We want to talk about Tecmo Bowl because it was pretty awesome.
Amy hates Tecmo Bowl.
No, I like Tecmo Bowl. I said boo on Deadpool. There's plenty of that out there.
Wow, Tristan. How do you feel about that?
I don't. Whatever. The movie's gonna be cool. I just don't like care to hear more about it because it's like everywhere.
They're talking about the game though.
There's another game.
There's a new game on PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, it's an old game.
Old one.
Yeah.
Oh, it just.
Did you guys play the one when it came out on 360?
Yeah, it wasn't that great. It was kind of funny, but.
I never played it.
Yeah, so we played it. It was kind of interesting. It was... I'd never played it. It was like the combat and shit seemed terrible, but like it seemed like Deadpool. It was like a good primer for Deadpool.
It was funny.
Yeah. Like it followed the comic really well, and I think it's a good lead into the movie if you want to watch the movie. Check that out. Check the video out mostly.
Yeah, I was watching you guys stream. Is it kind of like dang it, Max Payne? Like it seemed like you're rolling around without this time stopping, or no? Maybe I just saw the part with the guns where you're shooting two guns, and I just got really Max Payne in that. But
No, not at all. No,
With everything.
no, it's more like Devil May Cry than any of that. It's like a bad action fighting shooting game. Like it's
Poorly done.
yeah, it's just old, right? Like so it's older and it's just not good. It was like clearly like a budget title or something. But
Yeah, it was.
Tristan played that for a while when we were here and recorded some stuff on it. I think most of the time we spent on talking about it on the Random 30 was talking about actual comic book stuff. So barely talked about the game
And if
because
you're
it just
playing
didn't matter.
Deadpool, you're probably playing it because you have an interest in Deadpool itself, whether it's for the new movie coming up or if you're a fan of the comic book, stuff like that. I don't think someone that has no idea who Deadpool is gonna.
it's not worth picking up
Yeah.
for the gameplay.
Right, exactly.
So we played that. And speaking of another game that wasn't worth picking up for the gameplay, we played the new Lego game, Lego Marvel Avengers. And I don't know about that game. It's just another Lego game. There really isn't anything. I talked about it a little last week. There's nothing separating that from any other Lego game ever made, except that it follows the movie.
Yeah, dude, that's what's scaring me about these Lego games coming out too. We just had the Force Awakens announced as well. Lego one. It's just like oversaturation. Like I almost wish that they were turned into like DVDs or like maybe a TV series or something like that, where you can just watch the funny little videos that they have.
Yeah, it was... I don't know. It was just stupid. Tristan hadn't played a Lego game in a while, though, so like I felt
This
like...
is definitely the most I've ever played of a Lego game, and my understanding is that the gimmick is always the same, where they expand on certain scenes of the whatever the property is, the movie, whatever, and they like show you like what happened in creating that scene in the movie somewhat, even though then they throw like a dumb joke like pink smoothies or hot dogs in there or whatever. I don't know.
No pink smoothies, Tristan.
Hot dogs.
Everyone was drinking pink smoothies in this game for some reason.
Yeah, it's really, really fucking weird. The big problem with this game, though, is the pacing, man. Like, it's like big action scene where you're Avengers for like 5 minutes, and then like 15 minutes in like Captain America's gym just doing boring stuff, or like at the Stark Tower just doing boring stuff.
Yeah,
Has
they
a
give you
huge
characters
problem with pacing.
They give you characters that really aren't very fun to play with also. Like fake S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that you had to play with, and
Wow.
it really didn't get fun until you had to play as Iron Man or Thor or Captain America.
For
But,
like 30 seconds.
yeah,
And I will say there was one puzzle in this game that stumped us that we tried for a good hour, left, had to come back, couldn't figure it out, felt like it was broken, like it wasn't working, and then finally figured it out after a good hour and a half, which was totally embarrassing because this is a kid's game, right? Like no kid, I don't think any kid would ever have figured this out. This puzzle was so goddamn hard. I'm not even gonna talk about which one it is because I don't want someone to be like, "Oh, it was super easy. I did my first try." I'm just telling you.
They're gonna see it. Don't worry.
If you're
No, they're
playing
not.
split
We couldn't figure it out
screen-
on the random 30. We had to start over.
If you're playing split screen with another person, it gets really annoying as well because the screen shifts. I don't know how it is on other Lego games,
No, it's
but
the same.
the screen shifts at the worst possible times, and you can't even see your character on the screen at some points, and it's
It
just awful.
is a vast improvement from the original, where they didn't have that split screen, so you'd have to wait for your buddy to go the direction you wanted to go with you. So, like, back in the day, it was one screen, and if you wanted to go right and the other guy wanted to go left, you were just, like, at a stalemate. At least, like, and then they upgraded to this, like, where it's, like, all together, and then it slowly slides away, so.
I think they still need to look for something that is better than that if they want to improve that at all.
Yeah,
Sure.
camera angle, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough thing to figure out. I don't know.
Mhm.
As a
I think they
whole,
found their-
it's a Lego game. If you like the Avengers movies, I could see someone getting into this and playing through it. So, it's not the worst Lego game I've ever played. It's not as good as Lego Dimensions, but
But even if you do like the Avengers, it is a little disappointing that you don't even get to play as like the best Avengers for most of the game. Like getting stuck to play as.
And that's the thing
Random.
with these Lego games. They make you play as your favorite characters after you've already beaten it. Like, okay, now you got to go back through as Captain America because these secrets are only unlocked by throwing your shield at something.
Yeah, there's like 75 characters that we still haven't even unlocked. And we
Yeah.
went through the entire first Avengers movie that then breaks into the first Captain America movie and stuff like that.
It's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. No one likes it. No one likes that kind of shit. So
Not us.
yeah. So that okay. Now that's all the games we played this week. But we did check out the Friday the 13th panel to see what this game was all about, right? Because none of us really know what this game is except you're Jason taking on campers.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Twitch stream?
No, I missed it.
So Adam Sessler was there, and he explained it best as it's not 7-on-1 for like 7 campers versus Freddy or versus Jason. It's 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus Jason. Because what you're really ultimately trying to do, and what all these horror movies are all about, is you're just trying to escape for your life. And you like it's like you're helping your friends, right? But at some point you're like, you know what? Fuck them. You know, fuck Tristan. I have to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
So there's like this weird level of strategy where like if Tristan's fixing the car, dude, and Jason shows up, you're just gonna be like, peace, bitch. You're my distraction. I'm going the other way. So like when they started to describe it in that manner, it started to sound really cool to me.
It's
Like,
sweet.
and it has like all the stuff you kind of want in the game, right? Like it has being able to hide in closets, maps being procedurally generated, Jason having like 100 different like kill animations where he smashes your head into a wall or puts you in the toilet and gives you like a death swirly. Like
But
just
the sleeping bag kill too.
yeah.
Oh, no way. Where they pick up the sleeping bag and smash it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of cool sounding stuff in there, and like each of the characters, the campers they have different skill sets. So the jock is like stronger and more agile, and the nerd is like has better composure or something like that. So that kind of plays into it. There's a lot of interesting things in that game that sound kind of cool. But then there's like the developer was there, right? The guy leading the charge, and he made me really nervous about this game because of how he was talking about Jason's mask and how like he was like super anal about Jason's mask. Like he kept talking about it and talking about how he had to make sure the yellow was the right shade of yellow and that it had the right crack and that like it had the hole was like 1 centimeter too low. So he made the art team edit it like 100 different times to make sure they got the. And I was like, fuck, dude, your game is like in prototype phase and this is the kind of shit you're worried about. Like, this game is either is like never going to come out because this guy's way too anal, or he's just going to focus on all the wrong things and this game's going to be a total fucking disaster. Like, he made me so nervous.
Kind of get where he's coming from, though, because there are some super crazy diehard fans about it. And it might be like, as what Tristan was saying with Deadpool, like, if you don't like the, Freddy and Jason and all that stuff and that kind of, like, genre, then maybe you won't pick up the game. So even if the gameplay does suck, you're still gonna be like, yeah, I get to play as Freddy or Jason or whatever, like in the future if they do other like spin-offs and stuff, like that might be speaking to those types of fans. Man, it's kind of cool that they want it to be that precise. But at some point, you're just going to have to be like, dude, that's fine, and then continue with the development of the game.
Yeah, it's like I totally get where he's coming from and wanting to be accurate, but it's just like, who's going to, like, in the end, like, those 9 people that are going to care, like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't really worry about Tristan being upset that you got, like, the wrong color, shade of yellow, that you're spending so much time on this art. It just gave me, like, a really bad impression of the guy, like, making this game, like, just focus on the overall picture.
In real gameplay, too, like, you're not going to notice that because everything's happening so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's not that important, really.
And they still didn't show off any real gameplay. They showed off a few environments. They showed off 3 of the Jason models. Oh, here's the thing that really pissed me off the most about this, right? This guy's trying to be super accurate and do all this crazy accurate shit, right? And then they show the Jason with the sack over his head, or the sack killer or whatever. And then he's like, well, we know this isn't really canon, but we gave him a kill from that he didn't do, but Jason from like another movie did. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
Like
And
Jason, like he did like a choke kill that another Jason, like a Friday the 13th 5 did a choke kill, and he gave it to the Friday the 13th 2 Jason. It was like, so then, like, why are you spending all this time worried about getting other shit right if you're gonna fucking do that?
Yeah.
Like that, like this guy was like all over the map, right? And then someone asked him a question like, so what do you think about doing like other horror franchises? And like right away he was like, oh yeah, no, what do you guys like? The initial game was like called like, I don't know, like Tape 1 or Season 1 or something like that.
Yeah,
So he's like, we've been thinking about it. And he just like went off for a couple minutes, and then like his community manager's like, but we just want to let you guys all know that we're really focused on this game. And I was just like, community manager, dude, he's shutting you down. Like that guy knows what he's talking about. But I mean, Sessler hyped it up really well. Like everything they talked about sounded really cool. I don't know. There really hasn't been a game like that before. It's kind of similar to Evolve, but not really because
It's kind of like a mix of Evolve and Left 4 Dead somewhat. But yeah, it is very, very different at the same time.
I'd say it's like bordering like what I experienced in the Dark Zone. Like it's like you can work as a team, or you're just like, fuck it, I'm solo on this thing. Like
You can start together and then shoot somebody in the head and take their stuff.
Yeah, like you could be like, hey, nerdy guy, help me out. Thanks so much, man. You rock. Boom. Here's Jason, and then run off.
Yeah, or like you see like Jason coming in the distance. You're like, hey, Tristan, get over here. I saw him on the other side of the map. And you just lie. You just use Tristan as bait.
It was early art for the character models, but their early art that they were showing off for the character models did not look very good either. Like there's this preppy guy that just looked like he was taken straight out of an 80s movie with like fluffy hair. He was wearing the sweater tied up and whatnot.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
No, that sounds good. Tristan missed.
It
I
sounds
think
good.
he's the character, the design of the character was
Actually
cool,
seeing.
but the actual model was terrible. Like the concept, like was cool, like the big puffy
Yeah,
hair.
the
The
concept of the characters are really cool, but
like their execution was terrible.
And then the art team gets a hold of it and shits the bed.
Yeah, I don't know. The amount of work they did on like like the motion capture and shit like that sounds interesting. There's a long way to go for this game, a long way.
and it's kind of cool. The Camp Crystal Lake, they showed the map of what they're building, and it's big. And they conferred with like online communities of people thinking like what Camp Crystal Lake actually looks like and different areas, and they showed it on the screen. It looks pretty huge, so we'll see how they get there. But
I'm excited for this game, dude. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you guys were able to attend it because it does sound actually really intriguing. It sounded cool before, but it sounds a lot cooler now. Like, then I know the concept of like each player and what they're gonna be doing.
Yeah, as long as they focus in and like deliver this like concise experience of like campers versus Jason, it's gonna be I think it could be an awesome game. Because I mean, you can't go wrong with like a teamwork game where like you're in this weird environment trying to kill somebody big. Like you can't go wrong with that.
Except Evolve.
Yeah, my only concern for this is the variety of, like if it's obviously Jason versus campers every single time. Like, most games you can be different classes, you can be different things. Like Evolve had different monsters you could play as. Just always taking on Jason could be.
So there are different models of Jason, so they have that.
I wouldn't notice.
They took it from 3 different Friday the 13th movies. Though my thinking, like, why don't you go crazier and do the Jason from like Jason X? Get real weird.
Lord Zed, dude, the Lord Zed version, yeah.
Have the map be like on a spaceship because Jason X took place in space. Something crazy.
Maybe they are, dude. You only got to see a little snippet.
Well,
I like the idea of the camp. I just like the big open environment. I think the
maybe
spaceship
that
could be
DLC.
electric.
They show Jason riding across the lake in a boat, and he just like pedaling the boat.
When they did go off script talking about the other potential games, he said his second favorite series was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which actually kind of does sound like it would fit this mold pretty
and
well.
the designer for the game, the production designer, he's worked on Texas Chainsaw Massacre too, so he's got links to the movie and whatnot.
Sweet, dude.
We'll see. Time will
Man,
tell.
dude, sounds cool, dude. Sorry to cut you guys off earlier, man. I didn't know all those little secrets that you guys had in there.
Yeah.
And Tecmo Super Bowl we didn't talk about, but people will get to hear more about Tecmo Super Bowl as the weekend goes on, dude.
Yeah, Tristan and I simulated the Super Bowl in Tecmo Super Bowl, and it was a really close game.
Did we simulate the Super Bowl? Did we?
Yeah,
It was a pretty exciting
I've already
game.
gotten a sneak peek.
You guys know who to bet on now.
So
I mean, there were players playing that game that aren't going to be playing in the real Super Bowl, so I don't know how much of a simulation it is, but...
Tristan's really bitter because I destroyed him, and it was a great video. And
I'm not bitter.
you're completely bitter. You're still bitter.
A game you probably played thousands of times in your childhood versus me at 0. Fair is fair, I guess.
Tristan, I destroy you in Madden every time we play Madden. Like, so what's there's no, and you play more Madden than I did in my life, so.
And we've only played 3 times in that.
And I've won by like 50 points every time, so it is what it is.
There was that one time.
There's a history of me destroying you in video games, so don't be silly. And if you guys want to hear more awesome banter like this, check out the Random 30 this week, because it's pretty much like that the entire time.
We might have to have the Tristan versus Jason series.
We might have to get in a fucking steel cage and solve this like men.
Like, off the top, dude. I just want to touch on a little bit of news before we get going here, before we finish off. Final Fantasy 15 active time report on allertonav.com.
Yeah,
You can check
looks
it
cool.
out. Dude, it looks awesome. The magic is... This game is evolving into something broader that I can see a lot more people getting into. It's almost going from like where it was like a dialed down RPG, JRPG back in the day to something that's almost like comparable to a Skyrim or a Witcher. Like, you're going to have fishing in here, you're going to be cooking in here, you're going to be destroying environments. Like, you can burn a shack down and like blow the shack up, and the shack will be gone for a serious amount of time. Like, the fire they showed is the magic. It actually lights the ground on fire, and if there's a shack nearby, it can catch the shack on fire. If it's raining out and you use fire magic, the fire will go out faster, or it might not catch anything on fire. Like, this game is a lot bigger than I ever imagined it was going to be, and like, it's going in a lot of directions, so I hope they don't ruin the Final Fantasy series by going too far, like, in all these different directions where they lose the kind of like the, you know, what we all love from Final Fantasy. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out on allertonav.com. I got 2 videos on there, so you can see some of the stealth stuff, which is only like a second of stealth where you sneak up, and then you can also listen to him talk about everything in the game, which...
It sounds cool.
Oh, dude, it sounds, yeah, super sweet. Other one, GameWorks has another Warhammer game. You guys know how I like my Warhammer games coming
love
out.
them.
Dude, and I was actually kind of like gonna ask you guys, like, dude, Games Workshop must have gotten purchased or like new management, because they're like making all sorts of games like crazy. Like, we got the Warhammer Vermintide. Now we're gonna get there's a Warhammer first person shooter coming out, and then this new one that they just showed, very alpha footage, Man of War Corsair, where you're like it's almost like Uncharted, if you remember the Uncharted games, where you do trading and you go from like port to port. But this one has like a giant sharks that attack you, and like giant sea beasts that you fight off, and boat battles. Dude.
They're just whoring out the license.
But it's weird, because you would think that they would whore it out to like an Ubisoft or a Square.
Ubisoft and Square aren't buying the Warhammer license, dude. It's Tristan in his basement that's getting a hold of that thing, and Game Maker, dude, and making his little games. Like, right? Like, it's not a big studio going after Warhammer anymore.
Yeah, I guess, like, I like the Warhammer series, so I think I'm maybe... Like,
yeah, no, I do. I think it's a cool universe. But, like, there was an iPhone game that I played for a while that I thought was really cool years ago. But, yeah.
So they're getting shipped out to, I'm pretty sure, like, independent studios across the world. There's, like, probably at least 10 more Warhammer games that are going to be coming out, because every time I turn around, there's a new one being blasted. So we had that, dude. And then, that's what I was going to ask you about. Knights and Bikes. Did you guys see that at PAX South at all, or no?
No.
It's from the 2 developers that worked on Little Big Planet, and it's kind of got the visual style of that Don't Starve game. So it's kind of like Don't Starve, but it's got some like action RPG.
Maybe I did see this.
They just showed off a video for it. They just kind of like announced it's a Kickstarter that's
I did. I actually did. I didn't play this, but I did see this now that I see the images of it.
Okay. But you did see it in action. It looks like it could be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like the art style.
It's, like the cartoons. And
it's like like one of those like Costume Quest meets like Don't Starve meets Little Big Planet kind of thing.
Yeah, so that just started. If you guys are into it, it's on a Kickstarter. It's by 2 dudes who made Little Big Planet. So if you like Little Big Planet, They're not gonna be the same game, but like just the heart of that game will probably be there. And then another news thing I want to touch on, and you guys can jump in if you want to. But Serious Sam, has anyone ever played a Serious Sam game?
Yeah, back in the day.
I've never played one before.
You know, it's just like a big. You just drop. It's like Doom, right? You're just dropped in an environment. You kill 1,000 enemies, then you move to the next room. It was like cutting edge tech back in the day. It was just like, yeah, just kill all these demons with all these big guns, and then move on to the next room and keep doing that for 7 hours, and you're done.
Gotcha. So it's nothing odd. Because Serious Sam.
It was awesome back in the day, like because it was like this visual powerhouse.
That's where the developers are planning to go again. Is like they're hyping this visual masterpiece that they're going to be creating using the new Unreal tech and like most realistic Serious Sam ever. And I had never played.
I love that. What a good line.
It being good.
It's like the most realistic aliens you've ever seen.
Yeah, the most. But they did show footage of the main character Sam, Serious Sam.
And his like white little shirt with the bomb on it or whatever.
Yeah, and he had some shades on, but his character model actually looked good from what like this footage I was seeing. I was like, wow, this looks shitty as hell. This might be Serious Sam 3. I don't want to comment on it, but I don't know. I don't think this is the new game, but the actual character model.
You gotta, yeah. I mean, it didn't look that good, right? It looked like a normal game. It's not groundbreaking on any level.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was missing something. So I can go back and play this.
No, like when Serious Sam came out, you're like, holy shit, look what they're doing with this. There's so many enemies. Like it's really fast. It's really cool. This just looks like an Unreal game.
Dude, they're saying they're gonna have the most enemies on a screen to kill at one time that no game has done in the last few years. So.
What about the Dead Rising game with the zombies?
Dude, I know it's gonna be hard to beat 300 zombies on the screen at one time, but
pony up, boys.
That's a good comparison. I forgot that was
So we'll see if they can do that.
Dead Rising
has 300 plus on the screen at a time, so if they can do that, well then yay.
There was a cool RTS at PAX. I guess it's been out for a few months that it could have up to 1 million characters on screen at once. I thought that was interesting. I totally forgot the name of it, but it's on Steam. And I was like, so is it like resource management? He's like, yeah, but it's just mostly about building gigantic armies and battling. And the entire screen is just filled with units, which I thought was pretty cool.
That, 1 million?
It's like, suck on that, Crow Team or whoever's making this.
Good luck for your 1 million kills.
Serious Sam kill 1 million?
Oh, and then Broforce could possibly be coming to PlayStation Plus for free. Voting begins on just a couple days, February 9th. It's Broforce, Action Hank Assault, or Assault Android Cactus, Jason, I don't know, help me with these, and Action Hank, I don't know if you ever heard of those. Broforce, I'm voting for.
Yeah, I don't know who those are. Yeah, I would, yes, go for Broforce. People like Broforce.
Broforce!
Fuck it.
Broforce, Broforce.
Any other news you guys want to jump in and talk about?
Lego? Tristan, you want to talk Lego?
Talk Lego, Tristan, you can talk to this.
Oh, for Star Wars?
Yeah, dude.
I thought we talked about it already, no?
No.
So that's Force Awakens is getting a Lego game?
Is this going to be the first Lego game that you complete 100%?
I mean, I would probably continue playing the Avengers game if Jason was into it, but I don't know.
He kept asking me, and I was like, eh.
I typically don't start Lego games to even finish them, so that's the thing. I don't know. There's been games out there like Marvel Superheroes I've seen it get played, but I never like, I should pick that up and play it just because Lego does so much goofy stuff all the time. And from this trailer, they're doing their typical goofy stuff. And
the trailer was amazing.
The trailer's graphics looked really cool for a Lego game. They looked really good in Marvel, but I feel like they stepped their game up on this one even. The lightsaber for Kylo Ren looked really cool.
So I think you hit the nail on the head, Tristan. Lego games, they do funny stuff, but it's only in the cinemas. Like, you're not doing the cool stuff, like the funny stuff.
A lot of times you're not doing the cool stuff either. Like, the cool shit's happening in the cutscene, and then you are stuck bashing trees for an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to make mini movies, dude.
Yeah, they need to step up their game.
They're making a Batman Lego movie that's being done.
Oh, the game is actually being turned into a movie.
Batman Lego movie, yeah.
Dude, I'll watch it. I enjoy watching like the cutscenes and everything like that, but it's just a freaking trudge through the mud, dude, to get to those sometimes. Like, I was exhausted on Lego Harry Potter, the second one, which was...
Well, then, like, we got Lord of the Rings all... Yeah.
Dude, welcome back to the grind, baby.
Yeah, sometimes I had to be like, Tristan, stop getting those coins. Just focus.
I need
coins.
I need the coins.
You don't need them. You don't use them for anything.
What's the purpose of it then?
So that wraps up our news for the week. There's more news on AlexandF.com you guys can check out and let us know what you think. And what do you guys got going on this weekend? Jason, man, what's going on this weekend for you?
This weekend, this is great. I'm going to see Jerry Seinfeld, so that should be interesting.
No way, dude. He still does stuff?
I
thought he only
guess.
rode around in a car.
Yeah, no, dude, he's doing Visa commercials, and he's heading to San Antonio to do some stand-up, I guess.
Oh, it's going to be good, dude.
Dude, it's going to be weird, right? Like, I've been watching Seinfeld to catch up. That show's still fucking funny. There's still some really funny stuff in that show. So, yeah, doing Seinfeld, and then maybe watch those Super Bowl commercials.
Dude,
To see what this new Taco Bell menu creation is. Does anybody have any insight on that? The secret Taco Bell item?
Well, I'm not going to go on record as saying 100%.
Is it the quesadilla thing?
90%. And you actually, I think it was in San Antonio, was the first place to, somewhere in Texas is the first place to test it, the quesalupa.
No, it's Ohio.
The chalupa shell, and there's cheese inside of it, so it's all frozen, and then they throw it in the fryer so the cheese gets hot inside the shell, and then they put the fixings on it, and then I think there's a pepper jack cheese on top of the beef and the lettuce and stuff like that.
That's
so
their big thing? Quesalupa. It was tested in Ohio, I saw that. So it was up to the people of Ohio to let that thing free. So you think that's what it is?
I'm 90% positive because they only tested it in a small market, and it was super successful, and I think, I had heard about it a long time ago, so and if it's not nationwide, I think this is probably the best time that they're going to do it. Unfortunately, dude, when we hope it was like a new Dorito something or another, do like a Dorito burrito.
I was just hoping it was like a tub, like a Tupperware tub, and it's just called like the tub, and they just throw everything in there. Like just one scoop of everything. And then you just get it with like a spork and like 6 sauces, and that's it. And it's like $9.
It's pretty much what's on the end of the line after like the day's work.
Yeah, like a guy with an ice cream scooper just, and you're good. I mean, to me,
amazing.
I would eat the shit out of that.
So, did you pre-order yet or no?
No, but what's up with this pre-ordering of food? When did that become a thing?
Dude, they're introducing it.
No, the day before, like a couple days before, I got an email from Pizza Hut that said pre-order the new garlic cheese not pizza. I saw that on Twitter, and I tweeted and I was like, "What's up?" I mean, now you can pre-order food.
Yeah, Yum Brands is the owner of like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, and they're always trying to do this like what video games and movies do. Like they had the midnight release for Dorito tacos.
Love it.
And then so now they're doing DLC with all their items. You can get some lettuce. And,
I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but you have to be a fucking degenerate to pre-order Taco Bell, right?
Dude, well, I guess, yeah.
Wait, did you do it? You guys pre-ordered?
But dude, no, if you set something up for people, there's going to be people that use it.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like, if that is something that a person can do, out of maybe 100 people, like 20 might do it. And then those
That's a
20,
good percentage.
Like, they got them. There you go. Like,
and there's always people that want to be ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, you can, like, pre-order this, and, like, I'm gonna, like, have DLC lettuce. I heard that was a thing.
Some guy running around with his quesalupa, just
I got it first, because they want to get it first, because then they can tweet it out first, and they can have senpai notice them. Taco Bell likes my tweet! Whoa!
Oh, shit, yeah, I need to get that. I need to pre-order that for some tweets.
There you go, look at this. Now the
quesalupas.
Hey, take one to Seinfeld.
Can you sign my quesalupa, my pre-order ticket?
I don't know if it's officially the item, but that's the rumor going around.
90%
shot, dude.
Hopefully it's as good as those Captain Crunch balls, because those are fucking delicious.
Those are fucking amazing.
When they're cooked right, they're good.
They're so good.
They don't have those down here. We don't have the Captain Crunch balls here.
What?
Yeah, it's not on the menu. I was disappointed. I went to Taco Bell for the first time forever. Gone.
Jason's got franchise owners, dude. They don't want to do everything on the menu.
Fat Midwest!
Yeah. That sucks. It sucks.
When you come back here, we'll treat you to some of your favorite little balls.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, got your favorite balls.
Tristan, what do you got going on this weekend, man?
What do I have going on? Probably watch Super Bowl. Yeah, that's about it. Not too much.
Just to see if the score becomes true.
What's that?
No new games to take down this week?
I don't think so. If anything, I'll be playing old games.
Well, if you guys want to, I got a couple buddies coming up. We're going to watch the Super Bowl and probably get our hands on some Rainbow Six. So if you guys want to jump in, you guys can check out the new Operation Black Ice. I don't know if you guys got season passes with yours, where you can
No.
get the 2 Canadian fellas and play in the.
I'll wait till it's free next week.
What's that?
I'll wait till it's available for everyone next week.
Oh yeah, it's season pass owners this weekend, and then everyone else can just purchase it with their rainbow credits.
Yeah.
The Ubi dollars.
Ubi Dallas.
So yeah, dude, I'll be playing that. So if you guys want to check it out and hop on there with us, should have 2 people over. Amy's not gonna be on though. She's got other stuff going on this weekend. Right?
Yeah, getting away from this stupid game.
She doesn't want to be around, dude.
Wow, man, that's rough, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude. What do you got going on this weekend that's better than Rainbow Six?
I'm hanging out with my friend Hillary.
And what are you guys gonna be playing? Nothing. So come back to the house and play some Rainbow
I
Six.
don't want to hang out with you.
Wow,
He's working on
man.
some achievements at Terra Online too.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are still plugging away at Terra Online. Go figure.
And then I'll probably be messing around with some more Final Fantasy Explorers too, dude. I've only got a little bit into it, but it's still holding my interest. I just fucking wish I could play it on a big screen. Ugh, I hate playing handhelds for some reason. And I'm gonna end on this note, dude. When I hold the handheld, maybe you can give me a pointer. My pinky finger is like always underneath it and like weighing it down so it doesn't slide through my fingers. Like, is there a better way to hold the damn thing? I feel like I'm holding it like a weirdo.
What do you have? You have the 3DS, right?
Yeah. I always have my pinkies underneath it to balance it.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I grip it like a phone, right? Like this. Like
Yeah.
like this.
You got your knuckles
You
underneath?
you do this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Screenshot that.
Oh, I do pinkies out, dude.
You're like your nephew.
Yeah, no, you definitely go knuckles. Yeah, like definitely get some fingers underneath there.
Dude, my fingers start cramping, dude, and like it's just like I want to put it down, plug it into my TV. So that's what I'll be up to this weekend. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week on the Block Party on AllertonAv.com. Make sure you guys check out our YouTube channel at AllertonAv Live, where we'll be streaming gameplay, and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, we'll be streaming the Block Party Live for you guys to check out. So in case you missed the live stream, check it out next week, and we'll be on there. Amy will be howling.
Or if you just like you're listening to the podcast, man, I wonder what those guys look like. We're pretty, and we're on AllertonAv.com.
Yeah, dude. You want to see the prettiest guys on the internet? Come right here and look no further.
Yeah.
And the prettiest lady as well.
Wow.
Every Tuesday we have Comic Book Tuesday by Tristan. And what's the comic book everyone should look out for this week, Tristan?
We've got a new Walking Dead this week as they start a new story arc, so that's always fun. And
Who's in the new story arc? Can you give a teaser or no?
Captain
it's
Phasma.
just they're going off on a different path than where they have before.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Sweet, dude. All right, we'll have to check it out. And he's also got his top picks, too, for the week, so make sure you guys check back there. Host of The Adapted Show as well, so you can check that out on Friday. And we got 32 random 30s this week. 2 random 30s. We got one for Lego Marvel Avengers, so you can see Jason and Tristan get stumped on some puzzles.
Nope,
And then we have
cleared
the
it
Ultimate
easy.
Showdown on Saturday, which is Tecmo Super Bowl, where you guys can see, before the Super Bowl on Sunday, who wins the Super Bowl. And then you can go ahead and...
When the score is like accurate, and we were back here last week being like, "I told you so."
Dude, if
You knew where you put the money.
I
Yeah.
will shit myself, probably.
I would too. If every single play happens exactly as it happened in that game, that'd be pretty amazing.
He can shit himself too.
I already did
Yeah.
twice.
Well, it can't since Kelvin Benjamin's not playing.
Well, I told you know what, Tristan? I told you right when he caught a pass. I said on the thing, I will take him out of the game right now to make it authentic. Do you want it? And you said no. So you can't bitch about shit like that. You just got to get over it, dude. You got your ass kicked. It
And
happened.
if you guys enjoyed that, there'll be plenty more of that on Saturday as well. Make sure you guys check it out. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Tristan, Jason, and Amy, for joining me as well on the Block Party. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Good show, guys. Good show.
Yeah, that was fun. Tristan and I can never play a competitive game again, clearly.
Woo. Woo. Dude, it was getting hot in here.
It was not gay. It's all show. It's all for show.
I don't know about
Not in
that.
Tristan's eyes.
Yeah, I guess Tristan is actually still worked up about this Kelvin Benjamin thing.
It's not worked up, but just telling the truth.
This is nothing but fact.
Well, I mean, the facts was the score was obscene.
He said his controller was unplugged.
His controller was fine. His controller was fine. I explained the controls. There's only 2 buttons in the game. It's
You have one
not.
of those Wi-Fi controllers?
Yeah, it was plugged in. Everything was good.